Hey everyone, I'm Arlen Bento Jr. Welcome to the Shoot Par Now Golf Show with my main man co-host James Stammer.
Hey.
Here to bring you another week of golf from our perspective. We're going to cover a little bit of the PGA Tour, the BMW Championship, which just got finished. Going to talk a little bit about some golf stuff that's going on here in Stewart with my golf business. I don't know if James got any scoops going on, things he's going to share. We don't even know. He might have, he might not. And then we're going to give you a little tip at the end of the show, help you with your golf game.
All right.
Sounds like a good way to start a Monday.
Sounds like a plan.
So, before we get started, Divot board, one of our sponsors. There's a link. You should get one. They're awesome. All you got to do is practice, and it shows you like where your divots are. If you hit it good, you'll get a nice straight divot. What you really want to do is hit the ball and then take a divot. That's what you're looking for. If you're crooked, you'll see that. Not so great. If you go like that, not so great. Ball, first contact. Divot board. Use my promo code, Coach Bento. Check it out. Thank you, Divot board. So, sounds like a broken record. We are broken records.
Scottie. Yeah, stop me if you've heard this one before.
Scottie Scheffler wins again.
It's like deja vu all over again.
Wow. And you know what? Again, you got to give him credit, right? He's basically the next version of Tiger. We're watching someone. No, this is good because there wasn't anyone that could dominate like this, right?
Yeah.
But he's doing Tiger stuff.
Yeah.
And if he can hang on to it, this is going to be a great storyline for a long time.
Yep.
So Scottie Scheffler wins the BMW Championship, Caves Valley, Maryland.
Yep.
He's 4 shots back.
Starting Sunday, yeah. 4 shots back when he gets to the first tee on Sunday.
And basically
comes after having a bad Saturday. I mean, he missed a lot of fairways Saturday, missed a lot of greens.
Yeah, I don't think there. You can never count him out.
Didn't look himself at all.
But just went bananas and still gave away shots down the stretch.
Oh, he missed, 4 putts inside 3 feet?
Coming down the stretch. And everybody just couldn't close, right? No one could close. And there's a lot of great storylines. So I don't know if people maybe are watching us for the first time, but so we're covering the FedEx Cup, right? So this is the last event before the Tour Championship, which has $40 million purse.
Yeah.
A tour event is like $4 million, right?
Yep. This
is 10 times. This is how big this is. And it's amazing, right? So the top 30 players, so they started off with 70, right?
Yeah, the first round.
50?
Yeah, the first,
30?
Now to 50, now to 30.
And the finals.
And they wiped the slate clean.
Yeah, so
this week. Everybody starts even par before they get to the first tee. There's no handicapping.
The 30th guy could dominate and win.
Yeah.
MacIntyre could come right back. The guy who finished second, who had a little bit of a meltdown. But let's just talk about Scheffler. We've talked about everybody else, right? So, $3.6 million for the win, a $5 million bonus because he ended up at the top of the final 30. Yeah. His caddy got $360,000 because they get 10%. So his name is Mike Cromie, which I think Mike's very happy. Mike's had can you imagine what Mike's done this year? Woo, big money. And he came back from 4 shots.
Yeah. Oh, he was tied for the lead after the 5th hole.
That's how quickly he got back.
Yeah.
He said boom, 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 boom. And again, he gave guys a chance to catch, to kind of stay with it. Yeah. But then he chips in from 82 feet. On 17, he chips in. This highlight's going to be shown for a long time because the MacIntyre is a young guy that was in the lead, the lefty from it's Ireland, right? Yep. And oh my gosh, did you see his body language when that goes in? You can just you don't show his face, you show his shoulders go. They just went like.
Well, I mean, he went from being 1 back and kind of hoping that
he could make because he's chipping to get close.
He's chipping for birdie, and so is.
Was he chipping birdie or eagle?
He was chipping for birdie.
So he missed.
Was a par 3.
Oh, that's right, correct.
They were both chipping for birdie, and he was a lot closer. So he's thinking, okay, I got a good chance of maybe getting up and down for par, and maybe he hands one back. And he chips in
from 82.
Or at worst, I'm 1 back going into 18, and Scheffler says, no, we're having none of that.
So it's funny, right? I taught today, right? And we were talking about, I got some high school players and we have tryouts going on and there's final tryouts this week. So everybody's kind of tense. And I was trying to explain to a lot of people, I'm going to talk about this a little bit, but chipping is not about like looking at a hole and trying to chip it to the hole. It's about chipping it to a spot. And if you watch that shot that's Scheffler hits, right? He actually had to play a very accelerated downward strike to get the ball out of the rough because he hit that thing way up in the air.
Yeah.
But you know what?
It rolled forever.
Well, it did because it was so fast. But you know what's incredible? Like if he misses that by a fraction, that goes right in the lake.
Yeah.
The whole tournament, that was like the whole tournament on that shot.
Yeah.
And to pull that off under pressure, and like you said, the Tiger would have been and Trevor's like. But
yeah, he just kind of went, it's in. Okay.
It wasn't too exciting.
We go get it out of the hole. We got another hole to play.
Man, he is like the workman there. But that chip in was unbelievable. MacIntyre, what a great tournament other than Sunday, right? 62, 64, 68. I mean, it just looks like he was just ready to rumble,
Yeah.
And then shoots a 73 and kind of misses. Yeah.
But, it's hard to feel bad for him. He took home $1.2 million.
Oh, no, and he's right there.
So you can't feel too bad for the guy.
He can win $20 million next week. They're all right in the finals.
Yeah.
So it's obviously a big deal to make the top 30, right? So there were a lot of sneakies, guys that Harry Hall was one of them.
Yeah.
He was like 45th, and he played well enough.
Yeah.
Had some great, I think it was like 7 or something under or something.
Yeah.
And he made 26.
There's 800.
Akshay Bhatia, right? Bhatia, like
another lefty.
Yeah, he's about like that big. He's like so skinny. And he made a hole-in-one, you said, on Saturday.
Had a hole-in-one on Saturday.
Hits it great. And he snuck in. I think he finished 30th.
His caddy was happy because he gave his caddy the car.
From the hole-in-one?
For the hole-in-one.
Oh.
In fact, you could see him. He's like pointing at it, but he's like, "It's yours."
Oh, wow. That's a cool storyline.
He said after the round, he goes, "I really didn't need another car."
Yeah.
So he gave it to his caddy.
Oh, I bet you he was
happy.
happy.
Really thrilled.
Yep.
I'm sure when the guy from the IRS comes up and goes, "Oh, by the way, here."
Yeah, he'll have to pay some.
Pass.
Yeah, yep.
But still, it's a car that costs you a whole lot less than a new one.
And back to Scheffler, 5th victory this year already. Crazy,
18th
right?
career victory.
18th. He's moving quickly,
Yep.
Couple cool stories before we get to a couple rough ones. But so Ben Griffin, he 4-putts the first hole.
God, that's brutal.
He makes 7 on the first hole. That's his opening. He misses. He 4-putts from 4 feet.
No.
He had a putt for 4 feet, and he 4-putts.
That hurts.
And he said in the press he had taken a shot of creatine or a supplement before he started, and it was a little jittery.
It was a little jittery.
I was like, you should know better than that.
Really? You haven't played enough to know that that's not a good idea?
On the first hole?
Yeah, you should have done that before you got to your warm-ups.
Or 2-3 hours in front, right?
Oh, my goodness.
But then he birdies 7 out of 12 holes after making that triple and qualifies.
Hey.
That's amazing, right?
He's been one of those guys that's been pretty good all
solid. Tommy Fleetwood had a good event.
Yep.
Don't be surprised. We've been kind of watching him crumble a little bit, right? Like he's kind of not. But what if he actually turns the corner?
Setting up for this. Maybe this is the time. Who knows?
It's a big one. It's a big one. Ricky Fowler. Oh, poor Ricky. He was right there.
He was right
there.
He was in and out of the top 30.
He was playing. He was playing good, yeah. And then he made a late.
And he was out.
Late double bogey and finishes 32nd.
Yeah,
the double bogey cost him. And then we watch Harry Hall play really well and kind of make it, kind of his look with the hat and all that stuff was kind of cool, right? Kind of like the only other guy that.
Kind of an old throwback.
But Bryson's the only one that wears that hat.
That page boy hat.
That page boy, I forget what you call it. Yeah, newspaper boy or whatever it was, page boy, right? But it was a fun event. I mean, the course looked great. I mean, looks like everybody had a good time, and it's always fun to watch someone, make a comeback, right? So, who's your favorite? So now we got to talk. So next week, Tour Championship. It's at East Lake, right? East Lake,
outside Atlanta.
Outside Atlanta, where it's always been.
Yep.
So, I mean, how can you not have Scheffler? I mean, he's there. Now, I noticed.
I mean, he almost won last week. He wins this week.
When he chipped that ball in, when he lifted his arm up, he had a lot of tape.
He's got that kinetic tape on his shoulder and
Is
on his arm.
Does his shoulder bother him?
I don't know. So first, I noticed that too. I noticed that. With his
you
arm,
see the black tape. So he must be.
That's
so, and if it's underneath, he's wrapping it a different. So he must have some shoulder pain. It's a lot of golf because these guys don't like normally play that much in a row.
Yeah.
Especially, if you're on the live tour, which people keep asking us to cover the live. Yeah. And again, I don't mind covering it, but it's hard to do both. Our show, have so much time, but they said that was a good event. But anyway, I don't think live guys could play this grind after playing on the live, only playing 3 days. Like this is a big grind, week after week.
Having to wear long pants.
Oh yeah, well that's a different story.
And leave their boom boxes at home.
Yeah, and not starting at same tee times on a shotgun.
Yeah.
But anyway, we're not making fun of the live. It's great. We'll see what happens.
The shotgun starts the part that gets.
But this is the tourist. This is the tourist. Like look what we do for his 40 million, right? So that's kind of like the trade, right?
Yeah.
But still, I get it. The guys had to do what they had to do. But I am interested in next week because I do think I kind of want to sleep. I really want somebody to. I'd love to see somebody else. I shouldn't say I love. Scottie Scheffler, you got to give him his credit. Yeah. But Rory's right there. MacIntyre, Fleetwood was top 5.
Yeah. Rory's not been playing well in the last few weeks. But it only takes, like you said, takes one hot week.
Yep.
I mean, you could turn around. It could be anybody out of that 30.
And then we were talking about Tiger's late invite.
Yeah.
Tiger Woods was invited to the Tour Championship
they want to promote
a special 31st place.
Yeah, they want to get the
and he declined.
TV. They need a little more TV coverage.
You know what? Yes, Tiger pushes the needle, right? But I think Scheffler's doing it.
Yeah.
Because everyone's talking about it. Because it's got the same vibe.
Oh yeah.
It's got the same. He's chasing the same thing.
A lot of people start watching.
Right.
They start watching to see, okay, is he really this good, or when's he going to mess up, or who's going to challenge him, and so on and so forth. So yeah,
it's pretty amazing. Now, I wanted to talk a little bit about some lesson stuff, right? That's going on. We're talking about high school. I was talking about it, and it's funny. So a lot of these kids, right, that I'm working with, that are not. That haven't played enough tournament golf, okay? And now they're feeling these pressures, of making a team. And again, it's still internal, right? All they can do is play the best they can. But I was explaining to a lot of them today, if you watch how Scottie Scheffler plays the golf course, right? Mm-hmm. He just doesn't go left. Everything's a small fade.
He eliminates
the left
side of the one side of the hole for the most part.
And so I was explaining to one of the kids that I'm coaching, and if this might help in your strategies, if you watch our show, but when you get to that kind of golf course, the level of it, where the fairways start to get narrower, right? Majors and these kind of events, and now you're working with 40 to 50 yards instead of the normal 60, right?
Yeah.
Or even maybe bigger. So if the fairways are super tight, and that your ball curves, your misses kind of curve one way, Scottie Scheffler can go to the right side or right center of a tee box, aim down the left side, and he's still got 40 yards to miss.
Yeah.
Whereas if you're a down the middle player, you only have 20 yards to miss.
Yeah.
So this is why I was explaining most good players, and again, if you have a lot of club head speed and you're not, the distance isn't the problem, right? I mean, that's you have to give them that, right? Mm-hmm. But just taking off one side of the golf course is how golf is supposed to be played. I remember reading a long time ago because I played left right, and it's because Jack Nicklaus said I don't know what's on the left side of any golf course I've ever played.
Yeah,
he couldn't tell you.
Jack did a power fade his entire career,
and he said I don't know. Like if you ask him about a course. And they said, "What do you think about the changes they made?" He goes, "Is on the right side or left side?" And they go, "I'm like, I don't know."
Yeah.
I don't even know.
I never worried about the left side.
He doesn't know. Yeah. He says, I couldn't tell you where, really. So I think Scheffler's kind of like that. And you know what? It's the classic swing. Mm. It goes up, it crosses the line a little, it's a little loose, and the legs kind of move, other than the reverse C that we would see in a Weiskopf or like a Payne Stewart, where the body would kind of rotate.
Yeah.
It's really that swing. It's just that it's almost like he's trying not to do it.
Yeah.
And that's why his feet kind of do what they do. But it's amazing to watch. So anyway, I'm excited to see next week. And there's a lot to learn strategically about golf. And I was just, right before we started our show tonight, right? I had a young player in here that's trying to make a team. Mm-hmm. And I was telling him, and this is how it feels sometimes, if he goes out in his round tomorrow, and every time he gets in a little trouble, just hit the ball to the front of the green and get up and down and make a bogey. I said, you'll make your team. Because the problem is that, people get a little out of position, right? And then they try to recover and they try to hit a hybrid or maybe a 3-wood or something. And I'm not saying that if you don't pull it off, it's good. But, if you're struggling and you miss, then you're hitting rockets.
You've compounded everything.
Yeah. We had a play group yesterday. I had a program and people came out and they tried to play my Shoot Parnell 200-yard. We make the golf course. We only play from 200 and we're trying to shoot par, right? And what people learn is they always think it's their ball striking in distance. It's not. They can't get in a hole. They'll hit a shot. And even from 200, they might not hit a great tee shot or, whatever they're hitting. And then they try to hit a hybrid because they hit the opening ball, right? And then they hit the hybrid and the ball goes right into the face of the bunker. I had a guy go into the bunker 4 times. He just hit it low, right? But again, he had to learn, right? He could have easily, hit a 7-iron and got it right to the front and chipped on, but everybody wants to get on the green. And you'll see, all my kids, I told them, don't hit at any pins in your qualifiers. Just play mid-greens and 2-putt every hole and shoot a low number and you'll be fine.
Yeah.
If you start firing at pins thinking all of a sudden you got a birdie holes when you never ever birdie, you birdie a few holes all summer, they're not strong players like that. Yeah. But that's how I think a lot of golfers get messed up. They try so hard to make birdies, and that's not how good golf's played.
And a lot of amateurs do that. You don't realize if you've got a 10 handicap, par isn't 72 for you.
It's 82.
It's 82, or a little more.
Yeah,
you need to
play to that.
You need to know that those 6, at least the 5 or 6 hardest holes, you don't really have a chance of getting a par, much less a birdie. So don't push yourself so hard on those holes.
I had a lesson today. A guy, an older guy, and was 11 or 10 in his 20 years ago, and now he's in his 70s, and it's his swing. It's not. Swing's there. It's okay. It doesn't go as far because he's older.
Yeah.
But I tried to tell him, you think your score's going up because you can't hit it anywhere. In his mind, it's not. You're not scoring the ball. And so we talked a lot today about I told him a story about I had a young a junior girl who wasn't very strong when she was a freshman, and she really wanted to make her team. And I said, look, it's the summer before. And I said, look, you're not going to hit a lot of holes in regulation. You just don't hit it far enough. But if you can get up and down half the time from the front of greens, you're going to shoot low 40s and make your team. You know what? She could break 40 all the time with no greens. Just, she was so good from 20 yards in front. We used to tease that she's the queen of up and down. And she just mantraed that, right? And so, she's in college, she's playing, she had a great high school career, and she's, doing great. But that mantra of getting the ball in the hole quickly when you get close and not to be so worried about hitting great shots and having birdies and make it look at Scottie Scheffler. I mean, he's chipping in. He had to chip in, and how many scrambles and how many recoveries did he have?
Yeah.
Anyway, that was part of, we're not gonna talk about that in the tip today, but that's really, when you look at this tournament stuff, don't just pay attention to how great the shots are.
Yeah.
Because sometimes it's like a highlight fest.
Yeah.
So anyway,
see what they do. See how they handle their miss hits, or where they leave some of their misses, because that's as important as
it really is. It's strategic. And I was going to ask you how your golf went this weekend, but I already heard the Apple Store story, so we're not going to cover that here. But the Apple Store with a broken phone is never a good.
Wanted to get out and play, but no, it was not meant to be.
There's no one to blame. Things happen sometimes.
Yeah.
But it wasn't his phone, and
I wouldn't mind.
Yeah, because the story would have changed. You probably wouldn't have gone to Apple Store.
No.
Yeah.
I don't have an Apple Store.
Oh, bang!
But yeah.
Well, that's big. You got a split household then.
Yeah.
That's tough. Apple and Android the same house. That's tough.
Mm.
Well, that's going to be our show for this week, and hope you enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe, leave a comment, and we'll see you guys really soon.
Give us your pick for the Tour Championship.
Yeah, let us know in the comments. We'll talk about it next week.
See who gets it.
Hey everyone, it's Coach Arlen Bento here for our lesson tip with James Stammer. Gonna help you guys with your golf game. Okay, what I wanted to talk about today, we've been kind of covering some simple stuff, but I did want to go over the grip again. And I wanted to talk a little bit about how important it is, one, to have a little bit of space on the end of the grip and to make sure that you're using the pad of your hand. You got to make sure that your anchor hand or your lead hand, that this pad is holding the grip. You got to be able to feel that pressure, so there's leverage in here. See that? Okay. A lot of people, they don't know how to use that pad. They have it in their palm, and what happens is there's no leverage. Like you can't do much. You need this to stabilize this pressure right in here, right, to make a good grip. So I just kind of want to see you do yours.
And keep it down in your fingers versus...
It's in your fingers, but that pad has to sit, and make sure you got at least, that's an inch to a half an inch. So like what hangs out here should be at least an inch to half an inch. Okay. But you feel that pad, and if you're doing it right, you can hold the club in front of you without your fingers and still be able to create a set. So if your grip is messed up, you can't do that. Yeah. That's important. So those of you that are watching, if you can't like do this with your hand, now look, some people might not have the wrist strength to do this, but if you have weak wrists, this is a great like exercise. Most people that have maybe less strength probably have graphite clubs or lighter clubs. So one of the reasons why, and this is actually a good point, one of the reasons why light clubs are so important for players as they get older and they start to lose speed, because if the club's too heavy, they can't do that. Yeah. It doesn't matter if you're a lady or a senior or whatever. You have to be able to create that feeling. Is that where you keep it, or do you find yourself kind of getting palmy?
Oh, I get palmy every once in a while.
Yeah.
I mean, I got these Italian hands. They're,
right.
Fingers aren't real long.
Fire hydrant fingers.
Yeah. My fingers aren't real long, so it's not easy for me to get a strong grip.
Have you tried to go to like smaller size grips in the past, or do you find they're like too handsy?
They feel real handsy.
Yeah.
But I have tried them, yeah. I think I have them on one of my drivers has a smaller,
so that again,
a smaller grip to help.
And that's why they said that grip size makes a big deal, but honestly, just keeping it there that's stable and being able to hinge, that really helps a lot. And the other thing I was going to show you is so here, just we're going to face the camera together and just let your left arm kind of hang at the side of your body. Okay, so for most of us, when our arms hang, they turn like this a little bit. Yeah, and that's really where you want to learn to set that hand. You want to set it on the left side of your body, and when you pull it up, that'll give you the right angle for your wrist. So try to set your grip on the left side of your body. Feel that feeling? Now do your little wrist hinge where you feel that heel pad. Feel that? Now take your grip in front of you. So you want to learn to set it. If you struggle with your grip, like you don't know where to put anything, you want to set it here and then lift it up.
Because your hand's going to naturally want to come back to that position in your swing, right?
It does, yeah. And sometimes even like when we have players that struggle with face closure, like they open the club and they can't square it. I always tell them, if you watch, like this is the Bryson DeChambeau one, but if this elbow works this way, see how my hand rotates inward? So when I go to hit, it naturally wants to open back up. So that feeling will take the club and you can actually get it to like close, because that's what the wrists want to do. So there's all kinds of ways to teach players how to, square the club and do different things. That's a good one. But if your grip's messed up, especially this hand, and just in case you're confused, right? So I just talked about the lead hand, but the right hand just basically goes in the fingers, and you try to get this pad to sit on top of that thumb.
Top of the thumb.
And this will be here, and this will cross over. So that's the look we're going for here. But it's that thumb pad's going to sit right on here, and this is in the fingers also. All right, so that's going to be your tip for this week. Thanks for checking it out. Make sure to like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys very soon.